What's up, Internet? It is a cold November morning. It's probably 35 degrees outside, and I figured what a better time than to make a bowl of chili. So what I'm going to show you is how to do the chili recipe I've been doing for probably 20 years. It's super simple. It takes a little bit of time, but it's well worth the wait. So first we start off with 2 pounds of lean ground meat. The leaner the better, but you don't want it too lean. I usually try to do 85-15 to 93-7 lean to fat ratio. What this is just 2 pounds of deer meat from a deer we killed last year. It's going to turn out really good. The other ingredients are just the V8 and the beans. Super simple, easy to do. Like I said, you take the time and it'll turn out delicious. Right now we got the meat just browning in the crock pot. And once that's done, we'll come back and I'll show you all the next step. All right, we are back. It's been about an hour since we got everything started. You can see the ground beef is nice and browned. What I do is I occasionally come out and I'll use this potato masher to kind of mix it up, break it up into fine little crumbles. This also gives you a chance to render any fat off of it if necessary, which you can see with the deer meat, it's fairly lean, so we don't have a huge fat content. So the next thing is just basically to add everything together. I didn't mention in my last clip that I use chili seasoning packets. There's 1,000 different varieties out there. You guys just pick what you like. For me, I'm using the McCormick brand. It's just a kind of a go-to, a simple go-to. So next we just add the beans. I've had the pinto beans. They're the dry beans you get off the shelf, and I let them soak overnight. Then I will drain them and rinse them before adding them to my chili. So I may end up with more beans than I use, so that's okay. But we go ahead and add everything together and mix it up and let it simmer for probably at least 6 hours. So we'll be back to you in a little while. Okay, you can see that I've got everything mixed together. It's in the crock pots. These are just the basic ingredients: meat, beans, V8s, seasoning. Some people may ask about adding onions or adding peppers or anything else, tomatoes. You make it your own. This is the basics. This is a good starting point. Like I'd mentioned, I've been making this recipe for about 20 years. I've tried 100 different variations, all of them delicious, but if you start with this base, can't go wrong. So, like I said, we will put this down on a low temperature and let it simmer for at least 6 hours. The meat is already fully cooked, so what we're doing is we're just trying to infuse the beans with the flavor and get them to soften up even further. So we will check back regularly, and I'll be back at the end to show you the finished product. And we are back with the final take for the deer chili. As you can see, it's been cooking for about the last 7 hours. It does have the look of chili. I just tested it. The beans have gotten rather soft and they are infused with the flavor. And as always, presentation is everything. So here's the finished product with on top of corn chips, sprinkled with some cheddar cheese. The solution may end up looking a little runny, but it will thicken as it cools. But here it is. You guys feel free to try it, comment in the sections, and bon appetit.